Reaction, the co-host of the hit show The Five, our friend Judge Jeanine Pirro. You know, Judge, I hear that tape and I hear this story of this young nursing student. It makes my blood boil. And all these other families, victims of murder, rape, and other violent crimes, we can never bring these people back. These families will never be the same again. You have spent a big part of your adult life standing up for victims. It's been a big part of what you've done. And the only hope we have is Donald Trump is planning to go into sanctuary cities and states, fight liberal governors that are pledging to allow this to continue, and get these people the hell out of here if we can find them all. But it doesn't bring back Laken Riley, does it?
No, it doesn't. And you're right. I spent 32 years doing this. Look, this is despicable. And it's not about politics. This is about people helping people. The Biden-Harris administration, with this half-wit Mayorkas who kept telling us that the border was secure and telling us that the illegals are being vetted. They sold us a bill of goods and they lied to us. They lied to us as 12 million people came through this country, unvetted, some with MS-13 tattoos, other Tren de Aragua. We know that there were many of them who didn't come here to get a job. If you want to do that, go through the regular legal way to do it. But this is the pain that has been inflicted on ordinary Americans that is uncalled for and unnecessary. And I agree with you. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the whole lot of them have blood on their hands because they let people in about whom they knew nothing. They knew that the jails were being emptied. They knew a lot of them have mental problems. And they sold us a bill of goods. But more than that, this dirtbag that you see on the screen right now, he comes into this country. We allow him food and housing. And the first thing he does in New York City in 2023 is he endangers the welfare of a child. Then he shoplifts in Walmart. Then he goes to Georgia on a hunt for a woman. And when Laken Riley, a beautiful 22-year-old going for a run in the United States of America, where she should be free, a place where she had a right to be, where he had no right to be, when she is confronted with him and she doesn't want to cooperate with him, he bashes her head with a rock, he asphyxiates her, he strangles her, and then at the end, he throws her clothes away. But this young woman fought for her life, and what she did was she marked her killer for America to know who he was. She left her hair, her blood, her DNA on his jacket. His blood and her blood was mixed on his jacket. We know from the phone call where she was and where he was. And the end of this whole thing is that nothing will bring justice back. I've dealt with these families. And you know, Sean, 20 years later, they still send me cards. They're still missing their loved ones. And in the end, what we have is DNA here, all kinds of forensic evidence. This case is solid. And even though Barrett chose not to go with a jury, thinking a jury would be too prejudiced, this judge is a savvy judge. This defendant should be convicted based upon the plethora of evidence we have here. And make no mistake, forensic evidence does not lie. It has no bias. It has no faulty memory. This is evidence that is concrete. And this individual, we shouldn't have to live 1 minute longer with him. He shouldn't breathe the air that we breathe. But they had a progressive DA who refused to ask for the death penalty in this case. This gentleman deserves a death penalty. He came here hunting for women. He was peeping on other people in Georgia, other women, then charged with that on the same day that he killed Laken Riley. You tell me there's any reason for these people to be here, and God bless Donald Trump. They've got to get out of here. You want to come back? You prove you have something to offer to America. You prove that you're not a danger, that you're not a pedophile, you're not a rapist, you're not one of the 13,000 convicted murderers in this country running around. And these Democrats who want to resist, go right ahead and resist, because the American people have had enough. We're going to find through Tom Homan and through ICE and all of the other people in law enforcement who are committed to protecting America that we're going to find these people. Do not worry about it. We will find them and we will deport them. They don't belong here.
Judge, thank you for the work you've done over the years for families, for victims. I wish people knew what I knew. You've been amazing, and you're right. These families, they never recover. They are never the same again. And how could they be? I mean, how would any American react if they lost a family member like that?
I want to add one more thing.
You bet.
Laken Riley had a special cell phone. I mean, one of the watches that she had, I forget what it's called. Young girls, when they go out on a run, like my daughter, they plug in. They need to have whatever it is. Mace, I don't know if you want to carry a gun legally, carry a gun. Be prepared to be confronted. You're alone, you're distracted, you're on a road by yourself, it's early in the morning, protect yourself. It's a Garmin, I think it's a Garmin watch that collects all kinds of information. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, Judge. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.